Yo, what up? This is D Knight, and you're listening to the Pardon the Interaction podcast. My oh my, we've had so much going on. For starters, in case you missed it, we've got a new addition to the Pardon Pie family, Tara Dublin. Make sure you go follow her on Twitter at Tara Dublin Rocks. Also, pick up a copy of her book while you're at it. Make her day, The Sound of Settling. A very fun and interesting read compared to the things we talk about on this podcast. But yeah, we're heading toward the do or die time for the 2024 election. Go ahead and hit up JoeBiden.com. Get that man like $1 a month or something. Help his campaign staff up and get prepared to try and save our democracy. And make sure to grab like one other person you know and tell them about the podcast. Make sure they subscribe and tune in every single week. We got a lot of things coming up for you this year. We need all the support that we can get. So if you do your part and help us grow our audience, we'll do our part and help elect Joe Biden in 2024 and save American democracy. And this is the Pardon the Insurrection podcast. Hey, this is D Knight, along with my co-host Carol and Ty, and you're listening to the Pardon the Insurrection podcast. Oh man, what y'all been up to? I missed you guys, ladies.
Not so much.
God, whatever.
No, that's my bad.
Nah, you're all good. We know you got your ass kicked by that COVID and you ain't been right since, girl. We get it.
Man, it's like, and then like whenever I was in the shower and I was like, I got to turn the like halfway. It's so, and I love it steamy in there, and I couldn't breathe.
Yeah, now you need it on like 78.
And and then my air conditioner's broken, so
oh shit,
that's not helping.
Yeah, we need to get you a portable AC or something.
I was looking at some workers saying, "Oh, it's gonna cool down." Yeah, but not to where I like it, because I like it anyway, like Alaska. Like 68 degrees.
Whoa.
So
yeah, you like ice cubes and shit flying out of the air when your AC is on. It's too cold.
Yep, that's exactly it.
Although I do like it in like, I like it at like 69, 70 when I'm sleeping. I like it a little chilly, but like I can wrap up in the blanket and be all snug and shit. 'Cause I'm a 5-year-old at heart.
Well, it's been humid here too, so that's been kind of bad. And it's usually dry, but it's been humid, and we've been getting a lot of.
Yeah, it's always humid here. It could be like the middle of December, and it'll be like 80% humidity. Nashville is on some weird shit. Thank you, global warming. Did either of you two listen to that thing I recorded last week by myself? It was kind of not great.
I did not. Not because I didn't think it would be great, though. Just because I'm an asshole.
Okay. Whew. I'm glad. Yep. I don't have to face the judgment of either of you because neither of you listened to it. That's good news for me. We can just pretend like it never happened.
I mean, no one's reached out to me like, how do you talk to that guy? Did you hear what he said? So.
Oh, give him time.
not in a while. Not since I posted the first one.
Yeah. Wait, what did I say the first one? Because that one.
I don't remember. No, it wasn't on the show.
Oh, yes. And yeah, I remember that. Fuck him. Anyway, yeah.
They're like, we're all really worried about him, but don't know what he looks like.
That's good.
I hate those kinds of missing persons.
That's funny.
Twitter.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, comes with the territory. You're dealing with multiple thousands of people at a time. Like, you can't make everybody happy.
That's right. That is absolutely correct.
I mean, I guess you could be like totally watered down, but then you make no one happy. So, like, I mean, those are your two options. Kind of just do you, and you're gonna piss a few people off, or do the whole watered down, boring thing, and then everyone's like, meh. It was like CNN before it went south. It was just like everyone's like, oh, it's CNN, I guess.
Watching CNN the past couple of weeks.
Oh, good God.
Watching that girl who, when she gets a boyfriend, leaves all her friends behind and like trying to be somebody they're not, and it blows up in their face. Because MAGA's never going to check for CNN ever.
No.
And they're embarrassing themselves.
I mean, unless like somehow this lawsuit brings Fox down, in which case, I guess people won't have any other option. No, they'll go to OANN or whatever the fuck. One America News or something.
Well,
hey, Kitty.
They're not conspiracy theory enough for them at, taking their little digs at Biden or whatever. But, they don't. Fox audience likes Fox for a reason.
Yeah, because Fox will be out there saying some wild shit. You don't kind of get any highs from like the mediocre right wing shit CNN is doing now. So no one will be watching that with excitement. It'll just be on. It'd be like airport. They'll have it on mute at home. Something like that. Happy birthday, by the way.
Oh,
happy birthday.
Thank you. Hold on. There we go. My actual birthday. Thank you so much. Tomorrow's my mom's birthday.
Okay. Oh. Do I have to sing for her too? Or is it
no.
Okay.
No, it's not.
This is a lot of work.
She's in Jamaica for her birthday.
Oh, shit. She had the beach shaking it.
Her and my stepdad, since he retired.
I want to go to the beach. Yeah. I'm jealous. Yeah. Moving on. Wait, where's that? Oh, yeah. Elected official removed from office. A New Mexico judge ordered Otero County Commissioner Coy Griffin to be removed from office effective immediately, ruling that the attack on the Capitol was an insurrection and that Griffin's participation in it disqualified him under Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. That's a doozy. This decision marks the first time since 1869. You can count back if you like to. That's a long fucking time ago, right after the Civil War, that a court has disqualified a public official under Section 3, and the first time that any court has ruled the events of January 6, 2021 to be an insurrection. Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, also known as the Disqualification Clause, bars any person from holding federal or state office who took an oath to support the Constitution of the United States as an officer of any state, and then engaged in insurrection or rebellion, or gave aid and comfort to insurrectionists. Griffin is an Otero County Commissioner since January 2019, took an oath to support and uphold the Constitution and laws of the state of New Mexico and the Constitution of the United States. Carol, how many members of Congress are fucked? Go.
I can hope like 180 of them, but well, how many? I mean, this language, I'm reading it now, and it's like so vague. How would you aid or comfort to insurrectionists? So like everyone who's talked to them since then and been like, it's okay, it wasn't that bad. No, we'll have to see how that is. That phrase is parsed out, and I'm just laser focused on it because I'm stoned and unhelpful.
But that may be vague. The actions and the words of the seditionists are not. They're pretty open and brazen. That in and of itself, they bring new charges on them every day with the shit that comes out of their mouth. It's like, oh, we can just charge you for this here. It doesn't even matter what's like. It's like, pick a day. And they're doing it from their official account. Well, at least I know Marjorie Taylor Greene is. She's using her official account, supposedly for her as a representative, and she's using it to not criticize. You're entitled. You don't agree with something, a policy, but the calls for violence against people in this country that she's, supposed to represent, every day she commits acts of sedition. I don't even think, even taking January 6th out of it, they gave us every day.
Yeah, well, hopefully the momentum from the hearings and, all the news about Trump, his hopefully impending indictment, hopefully it's going to get the ball rolling and set a precedent. We can build up a precedent. Let's see where this goes.
Yeah, I don't know if members of Congress will have to be found guilty of participating in the insurrection in court. will the judge have to rule that any of them were active participants, or can we just take information from publicly available sources that would apply to the definition of aid and comfort? Here I am looking up the lawdictionary.org, and it says the definitions and citations of aid and comfort: help, support, assistance, counsel, encouragement. As an element in the crime of treason, the giving of aid and comfort, quote, unquote, to the enemy may consist in a mere attempt. It is not essential to constitute the giving of aid and comfort that the enterprise commits should be successful and actually render assistance. So from that standpoint, I mean, you could have a judge rule that, hey, maybe we don't find you guilty in a criminal court. But as far as like civil liability, if they are found liable of providing aid and comfort to the insurrections, at least by this definition, would that qualify to have them dismissed from Congress? Or
I mean, they've already, Marjorie Taylor Greene it wasn't a criminal proceeding. She was challenged by the election board, or someone brought a challenge in the election board of the district where she lives.
Yes. Dodged the bullet.
I don't remember if it was just dismissed or they said she had not committed insurrection, but it's not like this is the first time anyone has tried to enforce this part of the 14th Amendment. It's just the first time they've succeeded, and it's obviously lower, but let's, again, hope this gets it going.
Oh, yeah. That would be fantastic. And that's Ty Cobb, former White House counsel. He said that the tweet that Donald Trump sent saying that basically Pence let everybody down, after they were already like shouting to hang him, and then he further throws him under the bus. And then there was something else, but he said, he goes that Trump is dead to rights on giving aid and comfort. And then he broke down what aid and comfort was. And he said it was when he made that tweet, like basically you would just have to be a complete, even more, a bigger moron than Trump is, but that he was giving the base what they wanted. He was giving them by tweeting that he was throwing red meat to the base.
He was giving them a target. They were already attacking Congress, and he was like, hey, throw Mike Pence in there too. And they were like, sure, boss.
By giving them, so that was basically what Ty Cobb was saying. It was like an end of story. He goes, and then he said something else. And he was like, that absolutely was criminal.
Well, and he also said like the 3 hours that Trump did nothing.
Oh, yeah, that was
constituted aid and comfort. So, yeah, that's
I guess that phrase is less vague than I thought.
Yeah, there was clearly a legal standard to the definition of aid and comfort that we just were too lazy to fucking Google before this. But there you go. For any of you aspiring legal,
that's not true. I was too lazy to read the notes before we started.
Okay, well, look, Ty brought up Ty Cobb. It's funny, similar. Anyway, that Ty Cobb is a case of one Trump attorney, or rather former attorney, who's not looking to have to hire an attorney, right? It's like, yeah, let me cover my own ass. I see all these other lawyers going down. I want to pick the right side this time. Yeah, happy times. Okay, Georgia election system breach. A Republican county official in Georgia escorted 2 operatives working with an attorney for former President Donald Trump into the county's election offices the same day a voting system there was breached. Newly obtained record shows. The breach is now under investigation by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation and is of interest to the Fulton County District Attorney, who is conducting a wider criminal probe of the interference of the 2020 election. Fani Willis. In the surveillance video, which was obtained by CNN, Kathy Latham, former GOP chairwoman of Coffee County, who was under criminal investigation for posing as a fake elector in 2020. She's facing a number of legal issues here. Escorted a team of pro-Trump operatives to the county's election offices on January 7, 2021, the day after the coup, the same day a voting system there is known to have been breached. The 2 men seen in the video with Latham, Scott Hall and Paul Maggio, have acknowledged that they successfully gained access to a voting machine in Coffee County at the behest of Trump lawyer Sidney Powell. All that said, you may or may not remember from the January 6th committee hearings where we received testimony from Trump's White House counsel that there was a meeting between Trump and a number of other insane, batshit crazy insurrectionists, including Sidney Powell, where he appointed Sidney Powell special counsel, at least verbally, and discharged her with the duties of seizing election-related machines and materials. And here we are with motherfuckers on tape at Georgia trying to get into the fucking county building to get to the election equipment. Is Trump fucked here? Yay or nay?
He's going to get fucked in every room of the house.
What that means? I don't.
Yes.
Is this like it? How many ways and from which angle can Trump be fucked? All of them? Is that what we're going for? Okay, got it.
Yeah, I didn't mean to insinuate he'd be getting a ton of ass. But like,
well, I'm sure
all non-consecutive 10 minutes of it, over like. Never mind.
Yeah, we got it. We got it. 20 seconds at a time.
Bleep that whole part out.
Yeah, we'll totally rewind. The two men seen in the video with Latham, Scott Hall, and Paul Maggio have acknowledged that they have successfully gained access to a voting machine in Coffee County at the behest of Trump lawyer Sidney Powell. Based on that, and given that Sidney Powell was verbally appointed special counsel by Trump in a batshit insane meeting at the White House, is Trump fucked? And not literally, figuratively. Yay or nay?
I think it's going to fall more on Powell.
You think she's screwed?
For sure. Oh, she definitely is. And I don't know if she is dumb enough or smart enough to implicate Trump. You never know what to expect with her, so I don't know. I could see her going for some damn insanity defense, but she's caught way more. He's removed and could always say that she's gone rogue, and she's such a nut that it's not a stretch to see her, doing something without his knowledge, just, from a legal standpoint.
Got it. So what you're saying is this is yet another case of MAGA making attorneys get attorneys.
Yep.
Yeah. How many of his former and current lawyers have gotten lawyered up or been sentenced to jail? Like, should we do like a hand count or something? Like Michael Cohen, for sure. He's already done his time. And there's a fucking grand jury investigation who subpoenaed his White House counsel, this former White House counsel, his former deputy White House counsel, some fucking lawyers from the DOJ, that guy whose only expertise was in fucking environmental shit. Trying to take away
Jeffrey Clark.
Jeffrey Clark. He's fucked. Bob's going to have to get an attorney. I'm imagining Corcoran's also going to have to, the list goes on and on. It goes on and on, my friends. Because this the song. I did that backwards, but yeah.
Yeah, this is. I don't know what. Well, I just answered my own question. I was going to say self-respecting attorney would represent Trump, but I guess answered my own question. They are not self-respecting, so we can't apply like normal principles to them.
They might be. Sidney Powell, I mean, you're talking about her going for an insanity plea, and if any of them could, it's her. I mean, to me, it doesn't seem like she has the wherewithal. Usually when I'm seeing all of these right-wing shills, it really seems like they're operating in bad faith and they know better. With Sidney Powell, I don't know what she knows. She really seems to believe this garbage. And she's high on paint fumes. I don't know. Seems like she's just really untethered from reality. So I don't know if she also feels shame. That's what we were talking about. She might have self-respect too.
I would just like to note for the audience out there that both of my co-hosts are high and they're roasting Sidney Powell for how fucking intense. They're like, this shit don't even make sense on drugs.
She will. Sid, I think you're right. I can't disagree with you, Carol. I really think you're right. She doesn't have the
wherewithal, the mental aptitude.
There's just she doesn't. I think she is a genuine. But the thing is, it's going to have to be her lawyers like going behind her back or something, and then like kind of pushing her into the crazy. Because I doubt she'll do it herself, and then they'll kind of maybe use that against her.
I mean, she doesn't seem to have like an appreciation for consequences or care. Yeah. She doesn't seem to care about it.
Yeah.
Well, this holds true for Trump and a number of his lawyers.
Hello, my dawdlings. I am Reed.
I am Sam.
And we are hosts of a comedy sports podcast called The Clam Bake Incident. We cover tertiary sports
and slice of life living in the mysterious town of Clam Harbor, Maine.
Sam, what's a tertiary sport?
A tertiary sport is a weird and wacky sport. Stuff that you wouldn't normally see on those mainstream sports people.
Which we are. We love sports.
Tune in every Thursday morning to check us out on your favorite podcasting app.
And until you do, kiss your blobby.
Square on the slime.
No, so Sidney Powell, that's
I mean, you say Sidney Powell is that bad, but like to bring it back to Alina Habba, her legal expertise is being a fucking parking garage lawyer. Right? Like, what is she doing handling an espionage investigate? Like, what? In fucking signing her life away on these legal affidavits and shit, guaranteeing that, like, there were no more. Like, these are fucking people who do not think about the future consequences of their current actions in any form whatsoever. They don't look at tomorrow. They don't even look at the consequences tomorrow. They're just like, hey, we got to make it through the day.
You know what? I think that Habba and Bob have kind of skated by with more looks than brains, enough brains to get by, but that they kind of feel the sense that nothing's going to happen because whatever petty shit they've ever probably done and got dismissed or looked over or what have you. But there is this, I don't know, it's like they're just kind of obsessed, like they're sisters fighting for daddy's attention, daddy being Trump. And they're like just trying to outdo each other and for his favor, not really thinking about that what they're doing is breaking the fucking law and serious, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they exist solely to go on Fox News and look like Fox hosts. That's their whole purpose in life.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. But Bob is more.
Were they Federalist Society? I'm just thinking that they could, they're pretty good at taking like, attorneys of middling intelligence and thrusting them into high profile careers. Are they FedSoc? Let's say.
That's a terribly good question that I don't have the answer to. I'm not prepared.
I'm gonna look it up.
You know what? I don't know if they're Federalist Society, but I haven't heard that. I haven't seen it thrown around whenever I see them, because usually it'll make it somewhere in the article where it's like Federalist Society, even if it's once, and I can't remember of all the things that I've seen mentioning both of them, there seems to be no mention of, if the Federalist Society doesn't want you and they take Barrett, I mean, that... Amy Coney Barrett's the bar.
And they do wear like a badge of honor. Oh, I'm a Federalist Society.
So that just tells you that they weren't even good enough to be better than Amy Handmaid Barrett.
Oh my God. Man, they don't even qualify to be bad lawyers.
They're like the 10th string.
That is so good. They're not even like minor league. They're like high school
Yeah,
players.
it's like
I don't.
it's like he went back. He went to the debate club at some high school and plucked those two out.
Eh?
That's no.
Huh?
What happened?
No, I was pouring my son some water.
Oh, we didn't know if you were like back there frying chicken again or what happened.
No, I already had I fried the chicken and then the breasts are so big that like I got both of the
Hey,
Is that the
hey.
sound effect, Carol?
Yeah. I think you
I think you're just being mean to D Night because you heard him accidentally say sex twice, and in the segments. So I think the next segment is going to be find D Night a girlfriend.
Look, so
anyways, next.
I've seen breasts before. Like, I'm not new to this, but I must admit, when you said giant breasts, like, it made me hungry in multiple ways. Anyway.
Woo!
That would be an awesome segment. Like, who wants to go on a date with D?
No.
We know very little about his personal life, but D Night has a name. I promise it's good. He's got a sexy V-neck T-shirt, and I happen to know he has them in at least 7 or 8 colors.
All right. Yeah. Russian oligarch gets raided. U.S. federal agents on Thursday simultaneously searched properties in Manhattan, a posh Hamptons Beach community, and an exclusive Miami island, all of which have been linked to billionaire Russian oligarch Viktor Vekselberg, whose $120 million yacht was seized in April. Man, it's a lot of money for a boat. The FBI confirmed it was at a Park Avenue high-rise in an estate in Southampton, New York, in the enclave of Fisher Island on Thursday. Man, I can't read. What happened? Okay, let me start over. The FBI.
I was like, the yacht was in Midtown? What?
I got distracted. It was such a it was such a huge number when I read it out loud. I was like, God damn, $120 million boat. That my ability to comprehend English just failed. Anyway, the FBI confirmed it was at a Park Avenue high-rise in a state in Southampton, New York, in the enclave of Fisher Island on Thursday. Like, it was multiple raids taking place simultaneously at different areas of the country all at once, conducting what Miami FBI-based spokesperson Jim Marshall described as a court-ordered law enforcement activity. The Bureau would not provide more information. Dozens of federal agents could be seen carrying boxes out of the Park Avenue property. Of course, we can't directly tie this to the espionage investigation of Trump down in Mar-a-Lago, but hey, I feel like a giant raid such as this, regardless of whatever other criminal activities Vekselberg has been engaged in, given he's already sanctioned by the United States. Like, I mean, they're hitting up New York and Florida at the same time, getting all the shit. It has to be connected. Or maybe it doesn't have to be connected. Maybe it's all in my imagination.
Well, it's kind of hard to tell if it would have to do with Trump. Because if I'm not mistaken, it happened just a couple of days before the raid or the search at Mar-a-Lago.
Well, the search at Mar-a-Lago was in early August, and these simultaneous raids were just a week and a half ago.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it seems like a coincidence, but I mean, it takes a lot of proper planning for conspiracy to appear as though it is mere coincidence, at least from my personal opinion.
Well, I mean, I think they're coming down. This would be reckless speculation, but if we go back years, like people that are getting arrested, indicted, subpoenas going out for them, now they've been operating for years. So these oligarchs that have close proximity to New York or Florida or what have you, there's going to be overlap. And then following the money in anything, the investigation, probably it could have been something as simple as a sentence that brought someone to, their attention. And then they go and do a little digging. And so, it could be just little, in the main investigation, just kind of branched off. And you've got these Russian oligarchs that probably cross paths with some of these Congress people.
Fair. Anything's possible at this point. Who knows? I have no answers. Yeah. Well, okay, that concludes the news portion of the podcast. That was plenty. I am overwhelmed, as I usually am every week, by the sheer volume of ridiculous absurdity as it pertains to the news cycle. Do you two have any closing thoughts you would like to share? Weed is good. Yeah.
No, I'm trying to stay in a positive frame of mind, but every day gets closer to election day, and then I find myself just like getting anxious. So I feel like we're up against the clock. I'm like indictments, what's going to go on, because whether or not we even have a January 6th commission hangs in that balance.
For sure.
And then two of the people on there, Liz Cheney was beat, and it was like, who could really take her place? And I thought Carolyn Maloney, but then she gets primaried by Nadler and she gets knocked out. Because I thought Swalwell and Carolyn and Representative Maloney would have been great replacements for Kinzinger. And so that's like been on my mind. Like I said, the fate of the January 6th committee and all of the other investigations that are ongoing with the different departments. Just like, is the world going to stop on election day? That's pretty much like how moving forward, whatever the results are, it's going to set in motion like where we're headed and then what. So that's kind of been overtaking my thought process.
Yeah, granted, I feel this. I mean, I don't feel the same way per se, but I do feel like if Democrats lose the House come November, they will only have a couple months window to get all this work done. And as we can see, as far as the investigations go, it's a fucking sprawling, massive undertaking. And they can't be close to finished. And that would be a huge detriment as it pertains to getting information to the public. It wouldn't be the end of the Justice Department investigations, but it would definitely be the end of the congressional inquiry. And not only that, I feel like Republicans would weaponize these same committees and use them to smear the Democrats, Hunter Biden's laptop, blah, 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 so on and so forth, counter programming as they want to do. Carol, you have any closing thoughts?
I'm always about the optimism or less about optimism and more about just staying active and working as hard as we can to get the goals we want instead of lamenting them in advance. Also, I think we're going to kick ass. And I'm going to put in a random plug for myself and say I'm going to the fucking Capitol on Tuesday.
Congratulations.
So,
you will be present for an inauguration.
It's I don't know if they're called inauguration. There's just swearing in, but if we get this in time, check for me, watch the swearing in of the special term congressional elect members. But one of them is from Alaska. What does that say, man?
Yeah,
we have a Democrat from Alaska.
Yeah, give it up.
Oh, how awesome.
Put your hands together.
And the Dem from New York, and the Dem from New York 19, who was supposed to lose. I think, stay in the game. I think we're gonna fucking win.
Yeah. We can do it. We got a shot. My closing thoughts. Let's see here. Give me a second to kind of put this together. I think okay, so Rick Scott, if you're not familiar, known fraudster, stole billion or at least $1.5 billion from Medicare, is in charge of the Republican Senate National Committee, if I do have that correctly. And as such, has spent a ridiculous amount of money from the committee's coffers and came up snake eyes. He spent quite a few millions of dollars with nothing to show for it. And now the committee is struggling and they don't think they'll have the resources over the next few months to provide the support to their Republican, conservative Senate candidates across the country. And we'll have to pick and choose which races they're willing to support and which candidates they're willing to put forward and try to win some vulnerable seats and districts and if not, keep their 50-50 split, expand it. It's not looking great. They're out of money. And another issue with that is because Trump has spent the last 2.5 years endlessly fundraising and raping his donors for every last penny. They might not have more. All those resources might be tapped. There might not be any more resources to draw from their conservative donors. Thank you, Trump. You finally came in handy for something. All your grifting has diverted funds away from Republican PACs. To the point where they're not able to actually support their own candidates running in the 2022 election. And of course, you're not going to spend your money on them either. So you might be the key to giving Democrats the edge they need to come out ahead in both the Senate and the House come November. By the way, all that money that Donald Trump has managed to amass to his super PAC, that PAC is under investigation. So been a grand jury and panel. They've subpoenaed multiple people. I think we covered that earlier. Should they find criminal activity as it pertains to the PAC operations, they could close that PAC down and seize those assets and those tens to $100 million that could have gone towards the Republican candidates in the 2022 and 2024 elections will be gone. It will have vanished. And that, my friends, is irony staring Trump in the face. All the support he could have had in Congress, he will likely not be able to take advantage of because he stole the money from his own people. Yeah, good job there, bro. You're a fucking champ. So with that said, I think things are looking much better for our chances come the November election. Maybe we can keep the House. Maybe we can expand our seats in the Senate to give Biden some help to pass more, effective and useful legislation, fix some more of these issues that we're dealing with, voting rights and so on and so forth. Fingers crossed. But as with these special elections that Democrats have recently been successful in, it takes you to vote. You can't just hope it takes care of itself. You have to get out there, you have to cast your vote and encourage the people around you to vote. Wouldn't say prominent on Twitter. I have a number of followers. I will be starting my daily campaign asking you to vote, and I hope you all do the same. I think that concludes my closing thoughts. Do either of you have a shithole of the week award candidate that you would like to nominate?
All of them. I'm probably gonna go with Jim Jordan because I just hate his face.
Ooh.
Yes, he just always looks clammy. Like he's got the meat sweats, just always. And that though no amount of deodorant will work, that even after he gets out of the shower, he still has the stink on him. God, he's done nothing Nothing in 15 years. Ugh. Oh my gosh, him.
Yeah, that's fair. Totally fair.
I'm gonna go at this is like not related to anything except my personal animus.
Fair
But
game.
lately, Tom Fitton, man, that guy pisses me off. He's Project Veritas, right?
Yeah.
And he's like all acting like he's a lawyer all the time. He's like, I'm a quote unquote expert, and it's in his bio and everything. And he's always on there with this tight shirt saying dumb shit. Like, it's just a classic example of like a white dude with a good haircut, like commanding authority that is not a warrant at all. And he's like, listen to me. I have a tight shirt, and I have a bachelor's degree in English, and I can tell you my legal analysis is that this is bad and stupid. Bad.
Fair.
Anyway.
I see his Twitter posts constantly. He's fucking annoying jackass. I'm totally on board. I have a nominee.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I believe once I give it to you, you're actually going to change your votes and agree that this is the unanimous winner of the Shithole of the Week award. Yeah. It is Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, John Roberts, in attempting to defend the legitimacy of this court, which we all know is illegitimate. I mean, we had multiple seats stolen. One Merrick Garland, who Republicans might actually regret not granting a confirmation hearing to, had his seat stolen under the Obama administration because I believe the excuse given was, we shall not confirm a Supreme Court nominee in an election year, even though it was months before the election. And then, surprise, surprise, 2020 rolls along. It's weeks before the election. Actually, early voting has already started, and their Republican president does, in fact, get to appoint Amy Coney Barrett, and they give her a confirmation hearing and the vote and install her weeks before. And considering
we want you to use our words against us.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the fucker. Your court's already illegitimate, and y'all are up to shenanigans, and y'all are overturning like decades of established rights, just throwing out all kinds of legal. You're a fucking shit show, and so is your court. Shut the fuck up. Thank you, sir. You are my nominee for the Shithole of the Week award. What say you two?
I'll take it. Mine was just like a Twitter for the week. So,
hey, look, but in fairness to you, he's been fucking annoying this week. Good God.
Yeah. But he's like a wholly unserious person, so I don't have to worry about him as compared to John Roberts.
I mean, Carol, we're wholly unserious people.
And I'm not worried about myself either.
That's fair. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. This has been Pardon the Insurrection.